If you're looking to add a backup camera or observation system to your RV, or maybe you're looking to replace the system that you already have, then you stopped at the right video. Today we're going to take a look at Haloview's new BT12. And this camera has a lot of really cool features like voice command, CarPlay, it even has a dash cam. So we're going to open this box up, take a look at what's inside, set it up, and see what this thing can do. If you've already been shopping for a backup system or an observation system for your RV, you may have already come across Haloview's BT7 system, which is a system that can handle up to 4 cameras. Currently, that's what I'm running right now is the BT7. I absolutely love it. I'm using all 4 cameras so I can see 360 around my RV going down the road. Actually, I have the 4th camera set up so it looks into the bed of my truck, so I can always look and make sure the hitch, everything looks good going down the road, which is a nice feature. Haloview came out with the BT12, which has a lot of cool features from CarPlay, voice command, and it even has a dash cam. And there's a few things that I like about this camera already. I'm going to get this out on the table, spread it out so you guys can see what it comes with, and we'll go over all that, and then we'll go out in the truck, get this thing set up, and see what this thing can do. Now that I have this all spread out on the table for you, we're just going to start up here in the front. All of your extension cables and necessary cables to hook to the monitor and the cameras and so forth are going to be included. There's also a power filter that's going to be in the box. Of course, your mounting screws and wire crimps that'll be necessary for hookup. There's a couple of different options for mounting your monitor. Number one, you've got this one that'll attach to the bottom of the monitor, has double sticky tape, so if you want to put that like on the center of your dashboard or your console, something like that. Some other little brackets for mounting options, and then you also get a suction cup option that goes on the windshield, which can extend and kind of just go in any direction that you want it to. There's a magnet on the end that attaches to the back of the monitor, so it's going to be easy to put up and remove if you're getting out of the truck and you just want to take that out and hide it. That's really a nice feature. It's a very similar feature to what we have on our Garmin GPS, so we can just pop that monitor off quick, put it away, keep it out of thieves' eyes. And of course, since the backup camera on the back of the trailer is wireless, you're going to get your antennas for that. And then what they call the smart box, and this is where your power supply is going to come from in the cab of the truck. It's going to go into your 12-volt receptacle, or if you're old school like me, your cigarette lighter plug, which you can have controls on there. And your antennas are going to connect to the smart box, and you'll see why here as I go over this. So this monitor, as you can see, is not a square monitor like the typical monitors are. It's a nice rectangle, and it's also got mounts and straps that you can strap this right to your rear view mirror. So let's face it, if you're towing a trailer, your rear view mirror is useless. So that's going to be a good place to put this up there. And quite honestly, if any of you that follow me have seen any footage from the cab of my truck, there's already a monitor for the TPMS, a monitor for the GPS, and my monitor for my Bike Tango 7 that I'm using already. So I'm really running out of real estate for more monitors. So for me to test this system, this is going to be a really nice feature to put that up on the rear view mirror and up out of the way. And I really want to test it because I really want to check out this dash cam. I think that's a really nice feature. So that's what comes in the box. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go out in the truck, kind of get this up on the rear view mirror, get this plugged in and kind of wire it up and get it hooked up. And then we'll go over how this thing runs, some of the features, and things like that. Before we do that, I want to mention that this does have a DVR in it. It does come with the SD card already, which is in the back of the monitor, and they already have that installed for you when it comes. So you're ready to start recording, and we're going to go over all that right now. So I'll see you guys out in the truck. All right, out here in the truck, you can see I've already put the monitor up on my rear view mirror. The smart box is plugged into my 12-volt receptacle, or as I say, cigarette plug. And the appropriate cables are hooked up. And you'll be able to see that in the owner's manual. It's real easy to follow those instructions. One nice thing about the 12-volt receptacle, that I probably failed to mention earlier is you can see there's 2 USB ports on there too. So just because you're using that 12-volt receptacle does not mean you're going to lose your charging capability for your cell phones and things like that. You just simply hook up those cables in those USB ports and you'll be fine. You're not going to miss out on that port. So now I'll show you the reason I like the fact that that goes on the rear view mirror. As you can see, just below that on my dash is my GPS. Over here is my TPMS. And then down here is the monitor that I'm using for the Byte Tango 7 system. And I believe for now I'm going to continue to use that system. So now that I've shown you where everything is and how it's hooked up, I also failed to mention when I was showing you guys the things spread out on the table, I failed to mention the 2 cameras. So the dash cam itself I have mounted up here, and it's on double sticky tape, and you can see that that just sticks right to the windshield right behind the rear view mirror. As a driver, you never know it's there. Okay, so let's talk about the backup camera for a second. So this is the backup camera that comes with the system. And if you've had a system already, you're already familiar with this. You're going to mount that to the back of your trailer. As you can see, I have the antenna screwed in already. I'm going to set that down and show you. This is the wiring harness. It has a twist lock, and this is the actual harness that you're going to twist into that, and then you're going to use your red and your black for your positive and your ground only. If you already have your trailer is pre-wired for it, you're just going to hook into that, or you're just going to hook into one of the running lights in the back when you mount this on your trailer. If you want to see that process, go look at, and I'm going to link that video, and I'll repeat this again probably before the video is over. I'll link the video of the BT7 system at the end of this video. You can go look at that, and that'll kind of show you that process. So what you're going to do to pair this system, or pair this camera, because this camera is not going to be hardwired, it's wireless. So once you've got it mounted, if you do that first, what you're going to do is you're going to power that up by turning on your running lights. You're going to come in, and I'm going to power up the truck here so that hopefully you can see that. So on the smart box, this is how you're going to pair the rear camera. You can see here the little green LED light is lit up. If you push and hold this top left button with the 2 little circles that looks like a chain link, push and hold that for 3 seconds. You'll see it start to blink. And then when it starts to blink slow, that means you have 50 seconds to get back to your camera and push the button on the bottom of this camera. Once you push that button, it's going to sync to your monitor, and then it'll be hooked up, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. I'm going to have to use the pairing cable to do that because I'm not going to hook this camera up. I already tried to pair the camera that's already hooked to my trailer for the BT7, and for some reason it will not pair to the system. So I did test this camera just by hooking it up to my battery on my 5th wheel, and it did pair. So I'll hook this up and show you what it's going to look like. All right, I'm going to do my best to hold this camera and try to go through some of these features on this monitor. So let's just talk about the cameras first, because a lot of the stuff I'm not going to hook up now because of the way my truck's already set up, but I'm going to at least show you some of these features. So if we go in here on the monitor when it comes up, when you power your truck on, and just hit the driving recorder. So that actually is showing the back camera right now. I just have it pointed out my back window. Like I said, I'm not going to hook it up to my RV. So if you hit this little button here, that's got the 2 lines with an angled line on them. So you'll split the screen. So you can see the screen on the left is actually the dash cam. And you can see at the top it's recording. It's always going to record. And we'll get to some of them settings here in a minute. And then this is your backup camera. This would be looking behind your RV. So if you just simply tap the screen, you can go back to home with the little house and then hit replay. And then you can see over here where it's recorded different things. Oops, I'm sorry. Hit replay, and then you can choose one. If it comes up blank, that means there's nothing there. So here we go. So you can hit that, and then you can just replay that event. So if you're going to set up CarPlay, and when I mean CarPlay, like if you're going to hook this via Bluetooth to your phone or your vehicle, you can just hit the CarPlay button here, and then it's going to give you can see the instructions, and I'll hold the camera on that for a minute. Basically, it's going to want you to open your device with the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and it's going to give you instructions how to hook those up. And then to get out of that, all you have to do is hit the home button to go back to your home screen. And so you'll be able to go up. You can see you have FM launch, so you can this has voice command. So once you get all this stuff set up, you can basically just tell it what you want it to do while you're going down the road, and it'll do it. This is going to work with iPhones and Android units. So I'm just going to hit the setting button here, and you can see all of the different options you can go into to change settings. So just for instance, let's go into recording settings here, and you can just turn that on and off, and that's basically an audio recording. Your back button, camera format, you can tell it what you want for resolution. Your loop recording, you can tell it you want it to loop every minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You can specify that. So you can see there's a lot of things you can do with this, and I think that for a lot of people this is going to be probably the camera of choice. I have talked to a few people that have looked at my BT7 system, and they say, well, I don't want anything to do really with side cameras. Those don't do anything for me. So maybe this is the system for you, because the dash cam itself is probably worth its weight in gold. With the way people drive today, this could save your butt, when it comes to litigation or just who's going to get a ticket and who's not. In the unlikely, or maybe not unlikely, the unfortunate event that you have an accident, this could very well save your butt. So as far as the setup in here, that's really all I'm going to go over, other than... So here's just one real quick look of now that I have the wires all tied up, tucked up, and put away. It's really not that big of a mess. And you could even take the cable here. You probably could route that up along the top, down along the dash, and the bottom if you really wanted to. So that's just a quick look of how it goes. So that's a brief look at Haloview's new system, the BT12. As you can see, it's loaded with features. And the nice thing about this system as well is if you don't need all those features, you don't necessarily have to use all those features. In my opinion, that dash cam alone is worth its weight in gold. I've already talked to people who have had incidents where their dash cam has really kind of saved their butt because the other party tried to claim something else happened when in fact it didn't. So I think that's going to be worth its weight in gold. I didn't go through a lot of those setups because I already have voice command in my truck. My GPS already has voice command, so I really don't need that. And I didn't really want to go through the hassle of removing the back camera off of my RV to put that on, just to put the other one back on. But fortunately, I was able to show you what that looks like. As always, guys, be sure and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want to see more of these product reviews. I'm also going to link the video of the BT7 at the end of this video, so you can kind of go back and see that and maybe compare. Also down below, there's going to be a link where you can purchase all of these cameras from Haloview. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Haloview for sending this out for us to take a look at. Be sure and follow us on Instagram as well at Jonesin to Go. From time to time, we'll be giving systems away. We've given one away already this year, and we may be giving another one away, maybe even this system. So make sure you follow us over there as well and watch for things like that. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Drive safe.